Yo, what is up everyone? Welcome back to Get Jacked. Hope all is going well for you today. What we're going to be doing is going out and continuing along here on the official server that I've been putting a bunch of time into actually. Now, I've been going solo here on this PvP official server just to kind of go through the whole process again. It's been a while since I've played on official servers. Now, I've been getting a decent amount of loot from the terror birds and all kinds of dangerous stuff next to the swamp. The Caprasuchus are probably the most annoying thing around here. They will grab you when you're just trying to chop down some trees, and it's ridiculously annoying. It kind of really gets your heart going, but at least it's getting a little bit more tolerable now that I hit about level 35 here for this video. Now, in the last video for the official server, I just put together tips that I was kind of learning and using as I went along here on this server, and that's what I'm going to continue along with today. So I'm going to show you another 5 tips here of getting set here on official servers, and otherwise just take you through my little journey here. Alright, so the first one that I'm going to go with is killing these Diplos. Now this is really nice actually. These things don't hurt you at all. They can't do any damage with their attacks, so they're a really good source of meat and hide. Now make sure you have at least, I'd say like 3 or 4 spears or a combination of spears and arrows, because they take a really long time to kill. They have a huge amount of health, but the benefit of course is that they're not going to be able to damage you. So I could sit here at a low level and just pike it. Go for the belly, and then they won't actually get as much knockback on you. Otherwise you're just kind of getting knocked back a ton. Now I'm getting pretty close to killing this one, I think. But the only way that these can actually damage you is if they knock you like off a cliff or something like that, like this, and that can do some damage. So make sure to watch your back or have your back up against a rock or something. Otherwise, these are like super easy to kill and a really good source of hide. Which actually I never, you don't realize till you start over in ARK how much hide you need. Come on, man. I'm just going to lure them over here. Now, another thing to note is that these are also a really good source of prime. Now, I'm going to get started in taming. I wanted to hold off on the taming process just until I got a border around here, because if I tame anything, it's just going to get killed by terror birds, or there are a lot of sarcos and whatnot around here. Come on, man. Are you dead yet? Holy crap. See, it takes a lot, but you don't really have to worry. They're just really useless. Always running away. Because from this I'll probably get a decent 50 hide or so. So pretty nice. Ugh. Finally. That one's only level 42. Alright, so another thing I've been taking full advantage of is all the river rock around here in the swamp. Now, this is along the beaches, and there actually is a lot in the swamp. As you can see, you don't really get metal. I know I'm using a hatchet. I'm just trying to clear this away to see if there's any of the small river rock around here underneath. Sometimes they like spawn underneath the big rocks. I don't see any more. So what you're looking for, I think this is pretty common knowledge, but I figured I'd throw it in here because this is how I'm getting almost all of my metal to fuel what I'm doing right now, because I need a lot of flint as well, so you might as well go after these, I don't know, river rock, because they seem to give you flint a little bit quicker than the bigger rocks, and then they also give you a lot of metal. Here's a big patch of them. Also managed to pick up a little friend along the way. Now, I've been like stuck with a ton of these guys, and none of them have given me that leech disease. I don't know if that's is that a thing anymore? What's going on here? Regardless, as you can see, I'm getting a lot of metal from these rocks, and I mean, if you find a big patch of them, it's definitely worth it if you're low level, because you don't have to haul it far to the base, especially if you're on the beaches or something. If you're near like some of the larger rivers that go inland, there are a ton of these as well, and an Anki can actually get a decent amount of metal from it. So if you're early on, it's probably easier just to grab these when you don't need a lot of metal, just for your pike, pick, hatchet, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to continue along here. I'm trying to get into some raft building here for this video too. Okay, so I've got a decent amount of this raft built up, but I want to show you some tips along with this. So I'm trying to build like a little raft so that I can capture some dinosaurs to tame up. It's just a lot easier out in the swamp to actually have a raft where once you've got them trapped inside, you're all set and don't have to worry about something coming along and killing it. So I've been trying to build up all of these trank arrows. I've got probably 50 or so. So the next video on official server stuff will be on like my first tames. I haven't tamed anything yet just because I know it'll die before I have some kind of defensive wall up. So anyway, as you can see with the raft, I can't go out any further than this because that's as far as the foundation goes. So I can go out to here, but I want to actually extend it out at least one or two more so that I can fit a, I don't know, kind of like a, I'll show you as I go. But anyway, as you can see, I can't put a foundation on that one. I can put it on this, on the middle one, because it's attaching to that foundation I've already got on the other side. So anyway, if you want to extend it out this far, all you've got to do is take a pillar. Okay, so I've thrown the pillar there, and you throw that pillar and you put your ceilings across. Now, once you throw a pillar onto this, I don't know why this works or what kind of witchcraft is. Oh, dang it! I broke one of the other ones. Crap! Can I get in here? Perfect. There. But I don't know what kind of witchcraft is at work here. Just letting foundations hover around like this, but it allows you to extend out your ceiling. So as you can see, I can now put a ceiling right there where I couldn't before, and I can then remove our I'm gonna have to do the same setup for this middle one as well, but now I can remove all this stuff. You don't actually need it after it's all said and done. That one's floating there. That's weird. It was floating on top of that pillar. Okay, anyway, that's that for this raft. I need to throw some. First off, I want to put a foundation there so we can get this going. Because once you've got your one foundation, I didn't really have to do it on this side, but I wanted to show you guys. So we've got, I think I've got enough stuff here. Okay, I'm going to finish up this, but I'll show you one more thing with the raft. I'm not going to actually do this because I want to save space, but I'll remove this wall. And then if you want to actually kind of angle your front, get like that, you know, boat streamline look, which, you know, a boat should actually look like, but I suppose this isn't really a boat, it's a raft. Don't really need to be that aerodynamic, but boom, there. If you throw one on the edge and then put one kind of like at the angle, you got to connect it to the, what are you doing? Get out of here. Why are you on my raft? Jeez. No freaking manners, I tell ya. Okay, so I figured I would just finish up the whole build and show you what I had going on. So, as you can see, we're testing it out. Boom. Yes, it worked. I was hoping it would work, and now I'm actually going to probably use this for a lot of terror birds. Yes, perfect. I'm going to kill this one. I'm still trying to build up enough arrows and whatnot for a certain dinosaur. I'm saving up for a bear, so that's going to be my first tame as a bear. I think it's the most important and nicest one to have early on. So I'm just going to kill this guy, but I just wanted to make sure that it worked. So as you can see, it's a pretty nice, effective way of killing these things too. Oh, gotta check it for loot. It's a good source of trank arrows when, I mean early on, killing these. So anyway, if you haven't noticed, the chat in official servers is awesome too. Half the time, it's just a bunch of boxes. So, I mean, it's just awesome to read. Regardless, I'm just going to keep gathering up stuff here. I'll show you what I've got going on for the base as well, because I finally got this thing all stoned out. We're starting to look good here. Okay, so I've got this nice little area all cleared out. I'm going to have to fence it all off. I'm going to throw down fence foundations with walls and then our spiked walls as well. So that's what a lot of the hide goes to, is spiked walls. For some odd reason take a lot of that. I think it's used to hold the spikes together, but I don't know. I feel like fiber would be easier. Anyway, this is the base. Isn't it awesome? Compared to all my other bases, this is so tiny. But I mean, it's official rates. I'm just happy to have actually gotten it all stoned out so that I actually can't be raided just by normal dinosaurs and whatnot. So one thing I would recommend is getting to stone as quickly as possible, and also building one edge on a cliff. As you can see, we can just kind of, come on, kind of just make them fall right off the edge, and you don't have to worry about it. Now, if you build on a cliff like this, you have one less side to worry about. So this one's pretty self-explanatory, but I did want to point it out. I just got my first crossbow finally, so you definitely want to save up for one of these bad boys. It only takes 7 metal ingots. I actually think it used to cost 15 for some reason that sticks in my head. But as you can see, wait, crap. I just built this training dummy. I used a lot of resources on this. Dang it! Just because I wanted to show the damage difference between the bow and the... Does this work at least? Oh, that's weird. I guess ranged weapons aren't working on the dummy? That's odd. Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, that worked. If you hit something with the bow, it does 4 damage. So, if you were ever wondering about that. Anyway, okay, so the axe works as well. Okay, but anyway, what I wanted to tell you was you definitely should save up for a crossbow. Now, the reason being is early on, just harvesting narcotics by hand can get really annoying and really tedious. So you definitely want those trank arrows to go a long way. Now, with a regular bow, the total topor inflicted is only going to be 90. Now, the instant topor from that is 40. And compared to the crossbow, which is actually 70 instant topor and 156 about topor total. So it's almost, I mean, not quite double, but almost double. Looks like this guy got stuck in the pen. That might be a tame here. I don't know what a Gallimimus would come in use for. But anyway, just wanted to point out that the crossbow is almost double as powerful at knocking things out as the normal bow. Alright, our final one. This is going to be the final one that I'm going to go through here. Now, the thing I wanted to point out was, now trees, as you can see, these ones are giving me about 25. Now, these are the swamp trees. I actually thought these gave a little bit more, but I'm going to show you which ones are actually the best. Now, these ones also give, okay, the younger trees, you can see they're smaller looking. They're only going to give like 18 to 25 or so. And these taller ones are going to give, what does this one give, 35? Yeah, nothing. So bad. But this is the reason why I built right on the redwood biome. Because, look at this. This is like a mass. It's not even like a small increase. It's like, it's huge. Like, the difference between those small saplings and this, look at this. 221 wood. From just one tree. So if you build next to the redwoods, you can seriously get, I mean, you don't have to go from, you know, and cut down 10 trees. You can just cut down one large one. Now, you can't cut down all the big ones. I actually have to build some stuff to lower my weight here. A couple walls. Okay. Yes, I can move. Awesome. Anyway, what we've got here is this big one. You can't harvest these. Now, the one I just harvested, that was about as big as they get. Or that's about as big as the harvestable ones get. And anything larger or around that one size are really not going to be harvestable. So definitely keep that in mind. The trees are definitely more spread out. So if you plan on using a lot of wood for your build, I mean, which is pretty much every build, but it's nice to be next to these trees that can give you a lot. So basically that's where I'm going to be stopping for today. I think we got 5 tips in for this one. I think that's pretty good. Next time we'll be testing out, or not testing out, but I'll be taming up my first 3 dinosaurs, the ones that I really think you should start out with. If you like this video, definitely hit that thumbs up and or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time.